And one was a girl, a single girl, 14, 15 years old. So they came in and they started to, they get into the ditch. When she wants that. No, Mom. So she came over and started to talk to my mother. My mother was home. My mother we had some flour, we made bread, and my mother was putting in the bread to the oven.
Yeah.
And you know, it was hard for her to put the bread in because she was crying. Because my father went away with my brother, and we didn't know where he is. And here, you know, because the Polak military, the army, the Polish army, tried to shoot them out. You know, they were fighting. So we heard, you know, the bullets running, and whatever, it was dangerous. So my mother, watch out, this kid. So my mother cried, and she couldn't even answer that, the woman, you know, what she asked her for something. But she was a smart woman. She took the shovel from my mother's hands and she put in the bread to the oven. And that's how they remained, and that's how they stayed with those, because they couldn't go. You couldn't go no place anyway. And they stayed in the Russians in the area. The Cossacks did come in. We called them the Russen then.
Wait, so what happened with Zayda Shmuel, with the
Zayda Shmuel is auch nicht wenig stieb. Auch da war er gegangen und sie hat mir gerne. But the Zayda bald zurückgekommen.
This is your Zayda, this is your mother's father, Zayda Shmuel?
No,
your
Shmuel
father's
was my
father?
father's father. Joseph Mendel was my mother's father. Shmuel ist bald daheim gekommen. In der Schein gesucht, soll sein still, Mös und fein. Seine Du, der Malchabur, seine Du.
What?
Malchabur.
No.
What's a Malchabur?
Malchabur means ugly people, bad people. Malchabur, like a murderer. That's it. So, ich habe uns angestellt, wird weggesetzt, die Kinderlach, soll sein still. And man zei die had zich geporren, je zoekt.
No, not
Yeah, in the beginning, my father was home already. Ik weet niet, ik denk niet. So my father, he was so smart, he said, Aftoelen, de mis maken een battle schnapps. He maakt battle schnapps, and then moest geweest naar liquor, yeah. Something to drink. So, then moest geweest naar familie.
Which more
And my father didn't want to do it. He wouldn't give him. But anyway, he had no choice. He insisted, and he won. And I remember even when he had this ready gemacht, whatever he put in there, don't ask me. He put it there on the table on the side, covered it up with a pink napkin. And, the Malchaburim said, do. So we had the windows. 6 oder 7 Stück, der 7. Ich bin verliebt. Sind da reingekommen und sie lachen, you know, in der Wind ist ran, und klappen, lachen und gehen. Die Mama hat sehr gewollt behalten, meinen. Because I'm slaves. Slaves haben sie gezogen mit den Boys. Hat sie sehr gewollt, hat sie gebeten, Meier hat mich gewollt behalten. Und sie hat so gelacht, weil sie haben das gesehen. Anyway, man zei dat rausgelaufen, he says, oh, welcome, I tell you. A mama can just welcome Kinder. He arranged Kind für sie Kinder. He welcomed them. He spoke with them, he spoke Russian too. By us, we spoke a lot of languages. Here people don't, but by us, we did.
Yeah.
So play with it.
I'll come in, I'm waiting, I want to welcome you. And he begged me, invited them in,
Got it?
like I'm coming with the invite our children.
To the Cossacks, he invited
To
them?
the Cossacks, yeah, he spoke to them. Oh, you're out, I'm so happy you're here. And oh, I've been looking out, I know you're gonna come. Ich weiß, wo sie jetzt dort in Jecken gesessen, dort mit allen Kindern.
Yeah.
Well, they came in. Ja, mam Rybku. Ty masz Rybku, dawaj!
What does that mean?
You don't know?
I know, but tell me anyway.
Yeah. these people, you know, they need to drink. En die meneer Shuripe, die is Shuripe, die is schnaps.
He said to them, I have schnapps.
Yeah, Shuripe is schnaps of Russisch. So, dabei, so, my Zaidi gave it to them.
Where's dabei?
Give it.
David, give it here. He couldn't wait to get it.
Yeah.
He said, I see them sitting by the table, and my Zaidi gave them some cake, I think they had. And he was sit down with them and talk to them and this and that. And then they looked around all over. They made a lot of trouble by them, especially by us, you know, because whoever was there came to most to us, you know. And they stayed. They didn't want to be in their house, but to us. So they, and by us they didn't do us anything. You see, when I sleep with kinder, young ladies, nothing. They needed it. My brother didn't run away. He didn't want to go out. So that's when he didn't come out. That's all. But he was 14 years old, 15 years old. That's the most. So you know how it is. It's
Which brother?
Huh?
Which
Meyer.
Maya, my brother Max from Blakefield. And that's it. And anyway, he got away very nice with them. Not to gegeben, sondern so Hunger trinken. They went away, they didn't harm everybody, they hit, they made a lot of trouble, we heard, in the city, by families, but not by us. And I think that was Oriku said, when my Zayda spoke to them, he was so happy with them, he was so glad to see them. My Zayda came, you know that man Zayda Shmuel, when he would have a natural life, you know, they were very, very hardworking. He knew everything. I heard he made a zeek, had zich alleen overgesteld.
A what? A zeek?
A zeek is where you bring the wood from the field, from the woods, and they cut it on boards, on other things, you know, to use, whatever you need to use it. So he put up a zeek. He made it, yeah.
What happened when his horses were stolen? Remember his 2 horses were stolen?
Well, I told you that the horses were stolen when my father put on the horses that we're going to go away.
How did Zayda Shmuel get back the horses? Remember that they stole his horses?
No, Zayda Shmuel didn't get back the horses. I didn't tell you that.
There is such a story.
No, Zayda Shmuel hat gesagt, das never zurückkriegen die horses. Wer weiß wie?
No, it must have been a different time where he got back the horses. They were
He never
stolen.
got back the horses.
Maybe not those horses, but there's a different story you told me.
Then I don't know. I don't
Where he
know.
went to the guy and said, please don't take the horses, please.
Oh, das gewesen, das weiß doch schon, was der ist. Zayda Shmuel, Zayda Shmuel had gewohnt, you know, like more in a village, where farmers a lot and all that. So when they used to get drunk, so they used to come in to the Eden
Yeah.
and break everything, you know, they was drunk, shike, and make trouble, a lot of trouble. So all you had to say, you know, somebody gave Shmuel, and they were afraid of Shmuel. So when a Shmuel is reingekommen, sind sie verklaufen, because Shmuel hat sie gegeben. So they were afraid. So once the Zayda gefunden with, you know, a heim, with the horses, you know, like I say, in those days,
Yeah.
two horses. So they were angry. So they wanted to hire him to do something. And stupid farmers, you know. So sind gegangen, gehabt, when they zugekommen, and he came along, so they stopped the horses. They got in and they stopped the horses. So, all right, she can't fool him, whatever he, you know. So he stopped the horses. So what could he do? So he jumped off the wagon, And he started begging them. Oh, come on, he begged them. In the meantime, what is a like a toy in the faucet?
What happened?
He begged, listen, if you know, there is a way that you can aansluiten, you know, a person, then you know where to grab it, where to whatever. And he evidently knew. So he got him, and he threw them into the faucet. And
The what?
in the faucet. You know, he threw them away. Listen, he made them, you know, to go down, sleeping, whatever. I don't know, I wasn't there. But that's what it is. I heard he threw them away in the, like in the faucet, you know.
The river?
In the river?
No. And
Oh.
In the
Just-
trough? Where the horses drank from it?
no. Just on the road, where the road finishes.
Oh, that's probably where the water came from.
Yeah.
The river, the reservoir.
No reservoir, no
This was
no
a big
water.
thing.
Just,
I don't know what that is.
when you're on the road, yeah?
Yeah.
When you're on the road, yeah, you go. So what's the corner there with the road?
The gutter,
finishes?
the gutter.
The gutter. All right, let it be the gutter. He threw them away there because people were looking for them. And they told them.
What do you,
So they found them there.
how did he throw them there? That people find them that they were sleeping? What happened to them?
Yeah, listen, they were sleeping. They were out.
How?
How? They were out. The person doesn't know where he is.
What did Shmuel do to him?
Wat Schmulle did, don't worry, Schmulle gewesen, maar ganz gitte Doktor, dat ze bald aangeschlossen. Schmulle
Well,
ben
he used to say, get my flop to bang your heads
Schmuel-
together.
I thought he
En ja, he took twee keer in been zusammen. Dat wat ik tegen hem, ja, look, anders gemeurde. Ze hebben zich gewollt opnemen, you know, because they were afraid of him. So they figured they're gonna get him now. They got him the horses, you know, they tried to take away, and he went away, I don't take my horses, don't take me. In the meantime, he knew where to quetch. You gotta know, you know, it's important. They're mental health geweest. You know, if that man would have an education and be among civilized people, look at the people they lived with. Only the strong ones survive, like Billy said. Because Billy is my father's a brother's a son. So it's one family. And Billy was living in that area too, his parents. In that area, among the farmers. So he knew. Ta schmoelen op jede Amerika. Het wist wat ze tien. Ik zoek toch daar in de roos. I remember when the Cossack came in. He says, wenn du kommst mir ran rein, I heard him say that. Wollte ich allein bei der nicht da rausgegangen. Do you know what I said?
No.
If there
If one comes in, he's not going to come out.
He would never go out alive.
But they come a lot of them.
Yes. Daarna kwamen 6 stuk in de 7e is geweest de lieden. En dan kwamen met de lieden.
So it's 7.
Yeah.
6 stick and 1 leader.
I remember. I saw them. They came in. I saw them yet even before because, like I say, I wasn't a kid to sit there with my records. I ran out. I wanted to know what's going on. So I saw that one of our neighbors closed the doors. I was must be a kid because I didn't understand. Closed the door. They closed up. She opened this door. She had a store, and she opened this door. All of a sudden, she closed up the store. I was outside, you know, in the street, and started patching. Oi, de malgeboeren zijn een doek. Oi, de malgeboeren zijn een doek. Dus is murderers are here. The murderers did come. They are here. So ben ik gekomen te laufen terug in Stieber aan. Ik heb gezegd, ma, ik heb gezegd bij de 1200 vermachte store. Het is geschäft. En dat geschrikken de malgeboeren zijn een doek. So my mother also didn't know, but I told you there is a mother with 2 daughters. They came from somewhere, and they stayed with us.
They ever
She
find
says,
their husbands,
"Oi."
those women?
No, my husband never. They ran out. They ran away. So you know when you run, sometimes a family gets lost. So they got lost. And they came to us, so they saved themselves. Oh, we correspond. You know, when I was in Europe, I was 80. In 1930, I went to see them because we had a very good relationship with these people. Listen, they were by us. Then, you know, they were afraid to go, maybe about a year. And then they invited us. They, you know, once the Mushina we didn't have maid of matzes. Het is geweest van Janten, dat is geen kring, you know. A war, basically, was going on. So I was a youngster too at the time. Anyway, the story is that we wrote to them. We used to correspond to these people. So they said, and they always invited that somebody should come out there. But we never went. So, because it was far. Anyway, they said, was een stuk meel of Pesach. Come to us. They had a grocery. They had their grocery store. Come to us, we'll give you a maid of Pesach. All you want. So my father told us in shul, you know, to the Bilbatten. So, oh, that's wonderful. Okay, but we moet toch eens een verwante mee, you know, Pesach, ketel, and, you know. Anyway, and I always like to travel, to go. So I used to say, yeah, I'll go. I'll bring the flower. That is fun. Well, anyway, I did go.
By train?
Yeah. And I told, we made out that they're going to give us, you know, because the whole city wanted. So that's what it is. I went, they gave us all the flour that we needed, that we asked. And, but I tell you the truth, she's geweest in company, young fellas and young girls. Je hebt een beetje tanzen. Tanzen jij maar alleen maar. En tanzen, zoals de wissen, Michael had nog geraten werd. Deze verboer is dus in dat de zo. I was sick. I'm saying, I think Mr. Russian got that mama nog. I don't think so. No, I didn't have your mother. And I went around, I was sick and I didn't know what to do. So you go to a doctor, no? The doctor said to me, you know, why do you go out? Do you do this? Do you do this for yourself? I used to be always busy. I had my parents. I had kleine kinderen. And I had a struggle. Vlees was ze me gewezen. But he said, I want you to go out. I want you to make a nice breakfast for yourself. The man had me gewekken in, you know, from my lifestyle and put me to a different style, the doctor. And I played doctor, $1 of the gonna a visit those days. And I don't remember, but I think I had your mother, but whatever it is, it was. And he says, I says, I go sometimes in the movies, so I fall asleep. You know, you're tired. So I like dancing most. I said that, I went to, yeah, go dancing. Yeah, he also, as I said, doctor, you just told me to try to be off my feet because I had some problems inside. He said, you know, too much on my feet maybe. He says, that's nothing. Dancing has nothing to do with that. You go dance. Yeah. So I went to, we lived in Williamsburg at the time. So I took the trolley, 2 cents, and I was on this side. So, you know, sometimes I noticed there a sign for dancing, for adult dancing. So I figured maybe I'll go. So I did. So it was for, you know, middle-class people, older people, dancing. So, okay. So I got, do you know, I used to go and I used to enjoy it. I found a group there, women, men, and we were dancing. And so I used to go there.
Did you go with Zadie?
Sometimes they didn't want to go dancing because, but sometimes you went with me.
So when you went, did you dance with him the whole time?
I don't think I danced with him, but he was sitting in after I got through dancing with whomever. I had a steady dancer, and a good
Yeah.
dancer, Italian. Yeah, Italian. And they knew him, he saw him. After I got through dancing, after the dancing is off, I went over to Zadie and sat down, and the Italiener is there, a fine Italiener. Ze komen te dansen. Iedereen asken. Because sometimes women, Polish dancers, female taken asking. They call out on that, you know. And we were dancing, and that's it. And then I went home with Zadie, you know. I never went home, but even if I was
What
by
happened
myself.
when my mother was born?
What's-
And the doctor scared you, remember? When my mother
Wow,
was...
yeah, the doctor didn't want to, you know, I knew the baby is born already, the baby is, and he doesn't say anything. Whenever, you know, you have a baby, oh, you have a beautiful baby, a little girl, this, that. And this one doesn't say anything. I said, Doctor, where is it? I was frightened, very. And he doesn't answer me. So I tried to lift up and I tried to holler. He says, oh, you have a girl. I says, what? You have a girl. I says, yeah, is she all right? She is all right, and she is healthy as healthy could be. But I didn't believe him. I says, no, I want to see her. And he couldn't get her.
Bubby, you thirsty?
No.
Okay.
He couldn't get, I drank a big coffee even before I came here.
Oh, okay.
And that was my second call. So I didn't want to till I'll see her. Anyway, he insisted, the nurse had the baby, he insisted that the boy should bring over the baby because I was screaming. So she did.
Why, you thought you wouldn't want another girl? You wouldn't want a...
No! I was afraid, baby.
Now, what did he think? Why did he say like
But
that?
he figured that he figured that it's the fourth girl that you know I wouldn't like the girl. He worried about the baby, that the baby's in bad hands. That's the way. It was stupid. That's all. And then it's not stupid. People do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because from experience, you know. Anyway, he says, what? She's healthy as healthy could be. Have you think that sepsis is wrong with the child? He doesn't want to tell me. It could happen. So he says, healthy. No, I want to see her. So he had to make the nurse bring her over. Because they're busy with the baby. And she wouldn't want to bring her. Anyway, I got her. Aber gezegd, ze glitten midden van mijn gaaien. I didn't even want to look at her anymore because I was very excited. You know, it takes the best out of you. And that's it, because you asked me about that.
How'd you bring her home?
Yeah. How I brought her home?
Did you have a car?
No. In those days, we usually used to take a taxi. But I'll tell you something, we couldn't get a taxi. This was a good question, Michael. You're a smart young if we couldn't get a taxi, it was wartime or whatever. Meestens was for that time tussen geweest and we couldn't. I got tired. So I'm gonna go. And I went with all die twee, die eraan. Mama's the
Yeah,
renter
sure.
in the trolley. And we all went in the trolley and we came home with the trolley. Oh, I think I will have it because the kids were very upset because we went home with the trolley. We couldn't get a taxi. And you know, you can't hang around. You couldn't. So I said, to hell with it. We'll go home with the trolley. So they did. They did, Mother. We always get a taxi. We always had a taxi. You know, it's a taxi. What's that?
The chair. It's a squeaky chair.
So you
Needs
got a
oil.
nice story. You
Where's
have a
this?
question to ask with your mother. Yes, he's the one who came with the trolley.
What kind of kid was my mother? What kind of little girl?
She was a very good baby.
Yeah?
Harriet was also a very good baby. But she was a very good baby. She was a pleasure. I tell you, als ik getracht, you know, like some people, that she was so spoiled, you know. because everybody touched you. You frightened me. You know.
It's the chair. It's the chair.
She was a very good girl. She was spoiled. Hannah spoiled her. She knew every ball game. Hannah used to like very much the ball games. Weet je nog dat het is Kees en daar spelen? Als je het bedenkt.
Who, the Yankees?
Dat was the Yankees.
The Dodgers, maybe.
No, I think the Yankees.
The Giants?
I can't remember.
Giants from New York.
I even remember that was the star, the name of that ball player.
Who?
Whoever it was, but
DiMaggio?
it didn't come to me. DiMaggio?
Babe Ruth.
No, it's not big.
DiMaggio was one of the players. I bet that Hannah against.
So that's the Yankees.
I know.
It's not
She
Gehrig or
knew-
it's not Lou Gehrig.
She knew every ball
I think it was
player.
them. I think she was too young.
Hannah had er alles ausgeleerd. And when Hannah asked us, she should say she wanted to show off, you know. She wouldn't say it. Only when she felt like saying it. Maybe it's DiMaggio, I don't remember. I have to ask Hannah. She'll remember. No, you know, let's go back to the doctor. You know what I know, the doctor. Once the doctor in the morning rang the bell. I lived yet in Williamsburg, and I go to the door, and who is there? The doctor. So I wondered, why is he doing here? I didn't call him. He says to me, you know, I was in this neighborhood, I want to see my baby. And he came. I says, yeah, with pleasure. Because je had toch niet gedacht, bij meer baby liggen. Like 100%. And just so happens, you know what I used to do in the summer? I used to do whatever I did. And I used to open the beds and open the windows, whatever, and bathe the baby and put her for a rest. And I used to rest up for myself too. So I just happened to do that. She was just I just gave her a bath, and I put her down because they, you know, we get up early.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. You know, the butchers getting